Wants to separate people. I think that the Catholics, for example, they invented Presbyterian church. They made it all. This was all their invention.
From the Vatican, it's all controlled from the Vatican.
Yeah,
every
right.
single thing that's gone on in this planet for the last 2,000 years, that's where it's all coming from.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I won't say the Vatican was around for 2,000 years, but that's where a lot of it is orchestrated from.
You suffer personally.
And who hasn't in this country or around the world by the Catholic Church? Millions and millions of children unable to defend themselves from Catholics. They try and get into courts to get them dealt with. Not allowed.
The Protestants not do it as well.
Yeah, well, sure, they're all at it. The Vatican is the Protestant Church. It is the Muslims. That's the Vatican. The Vatican run everything in this world.
They only want to set people against each other. They could have crushed Luther with one single blow if they wanted to do so. But they let it happen, because they took their advantage out of it. They only what they want to have control. In our world, a lot of trouble between in families, fathers between son, and if you have a good father here in heaven, you can only this conflict with your own father, you can push it away and say, here is my good father. And the more you push, you are in need to come to terms with this conflict. And the more you push it aside, the more it steers troubling yourself up. And the more you tend you focus all your attention to this side,
Yeah.
and it makes you addictive. No?
It is.
And this is the church behind all this. No? And they are evil than evil. I come from Germany. The Third Reich would never have been happened. No, so would never have happened if the church.
The Third Reich.
Yeah.
Yes.
Were caused by the church.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you read about it, so when I read about it, so
as women and children, you walked overboard.
The control of the church led.
You brave man, brave man, brave men,
what you have to do
brave, cowards.
Please, the atmosphere of the church, the church in reality weakens a person because they say outside, look outside, there is a big power, and you have to focus your attention to this power. You only get and you will never into being, if you are in a good relationship with your environment, you understand, and they make you weak and to see to look for it.
This is Nietzsche's teaching. What you say
Yes.
now. Yeah.
Look, for example, at the Catholic Church, always warned from the Jews. They always used it as a scapegoat, and in Germany, the Jews were absolutely destroyed. Why so? And why the Pope now? He said
he acquiesced in it.
Yeah.
He was tacitly supportive.
Yes.
To the abolition of the Jews.
Yes.
You think? Yeah. Oh, probably a little bit. Yeah.
It's horrible what's going on.
Yeah.
And I have, for example, in Poland.
Are you Catholic from Germany or Lutheran or?
No,
Calvinist?
I was Lutheran. I stepped out of church.
Yeah.
My father is Catholic, my mother Protestant.
Oh, right.
I had an Irish conflict with my family.
Of course.
Yeah, but what use is there that all people, they run into church all the same time, they kneel down
But it's not necessarily. It's more habitual. It's more part of the culture.
Look, and when the people go into church,
Did you ever read the Ten Commandments?
I suppose I did at one time or other,
Do you
yeah.
know what the ninth commandment is?
No, what is it? I forget.
Thou shalt not bear
False witness.
against your neighbour.
Yeah.
What's about the graven images? Thou shalt not have any graven images. Up on the door, graven image. Inside, graven images. They're all false idols. Thou shalt not have false idols before me. And yet you're all in there before false idols. When yours are going through the gate to hell, ignorance will be no defence.
Do you
Simple as.
you believe in heaven and hell?
No, I don't. I'm only telling you from what I know from the book that you believe in.
That is all an invention. Roman Empire.
Yeah.
They invented this all because they knew
the whole thing is a construction. Yeah.
In Israel, they knew the people at that time. They longed so much for a Messiah, and they said, "Now you have him." Yes. We create him for you.
How would you like as a social model of how people should live in the world together?
Look, my half from the family comes from Eastern Germany, and in Eastern Germany, when the wall came down, I was with a friend. He came from East Berlin, and we were in East Berlin.
Yes, I do.
They met.
I do. Yes. I think it is very true. There's 435 cases waiting.
If I wasn't, I'd be taking your head off.
Would you?
I would.
Good man.
Really,
No, it's not good, man.
Yeah.
not
That's what religion does. Religion does to people. It makes them full of hatred.
So they did not talk much. Only were sitting there.
But how do you think the world should be?
The world should be.
How should a man live in the world?
Yeah, we should raise our children. We should love them, and be honest to them, and not to hide our own weaknesses for them. So and I think when they grow up this way, they will be friendly towards others.
So you should teach them that the world is always unsure, and we don't know anything really, and everything is conditional and.
Are you a priest?
No.
You are a believer from the Catholic.
No, I like the music, and I was born into a Catholic, and I like the music. I like the theatrical,
It is. It's very theatrical.
It's my childhood. You can't escape your childhood.
Well, I know, because it was bet into us. We were taught not from children only to believe in this religion. By the time we get to adulthood, we've no way of deciphering which is right and which is wrong.
His man Nietzsche says God is dead. We have killed God in the world, and now have you a replacement, or do we need any?
Well, the universe is so large.
Yeah.
It is so large. We will never ever be able to comprehend how large it is.
Sure.
So if anybody thinks that there's one God, one heaven and one hell, should really start to wake up, because within our own galaxy we will never get to the next bleeding planet.
Yeah.
And there's billions and billions and billions of galaxies in the universe.
Sure, yeah.
So
But for you, how do you view yourself in the world? Like, you have a finite life, and you will cease to be someday. So how do you have you got you're against this, and you're against the historical actions of the church and the historical privilege and thing. But have you got are you for another way of life, another belief system?
No, because I was severely damaged in childhood through violence. Because I didn't want to be a Catholic. So that violence, I got a brain damage from that. Okay. And that has affected my whole life. So whatever my outlook on life is,
it's contaminated by your past.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah.
And not only by my past, but it's contaminated by today as well. Why do you allow
But the-
these
but-
people to remain open to rape and murder children?
But they're really on the run these days. Like they're like
The day they close the doors is the day they're going to be on the run.
A Catholic priest doesn't wear a collar anymore. He hides like
Yeah, he hides in public now to
he
take.
hides in public.
Yeah.
Like,
Nobody's safe with them.
It's not a good business to be
No.
in. But I mean.
I mean, why does God
I
need
know,
one man to speak for him? If God is so powerful,
But you shouldn't let them win, or so. Like
I'm standing up to them.
I know, but
They're cowards.
I know,
Vile cowards.
But you should move on and
Move on to what? Our country's run by Catholics.
I know that, but it's not run by capitalists. So I'd say more.
No, Catholics.
Well,
It's the same. The
it's the same
Catholics
thing
need-
because it's all about money for them.
It's a capitalist system.
Yeah.